Okay, boys and girls, in lesson 14, we looked at dividing 3-digit numbers by 1-digit numbers. In lesson 15, we're looking at 4-digit numbers divided by 1-digit numbers. So there's really nothing new to learn. It's still the same steps, but I want to go over all the ways that we've been learning in class. Just as a little refresher, all the ways we could set up a division problem, long division. Okay, we'll start with this problem. 8,235 divided by 5. Or you may see it looking like this. Okay, we're going to start with my very favorite way, and that is the bottoms up method, or also known as the area model. This is Miss Slider's way that she's taught us. Okay, so let's look through those steps real quick. We would start by dividing 5 into 8. It will go one time. 1 times 5 is 5. And we subtract and bring the 3 up. Then we're going to divide 5 into 32, which will go 6 times. 6 times 5 is 30. Subtract and bring up. And now 5 into 23 will go 4 times. 4 times 5 is 20. Subtract, bring up. And last step, 5 into 35, which will go 7 times, which is exactly 35. And our answer is right here, 1,647. Okay, now let's go to the traditional or standard algorithm. This is also my very favorite way too. Okay, we'll go through our steps: divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, and repeat. We'll divide 5 into 8 one time. 1 times 5, 8 minus 5, bring down, and now repeat. 5 will go into 32 6 times. 6 times 5, subtract and bring down. Now we can repeat again. 5 will go into 23 4 times. 4 times 5 is 20. Subtract and bring down. 5. Now repeat. 5 into 35. We'll go 7 times. 7 times 5 is 35. Subtract. Nothing else to bring down. Nothing else to repeat. And there's our answer, 1,647. Okay, now we're going to go to the partial quotient method, which is not one of my favorite ways, but it's one that we want to be familiar with. It sets up just like the traditional sets up, but what we do is we look at 5 going into 8,235. The closest fact I can come up with is 5 times 1,000. So I put 1,000 on top and I say, okay, 1,000 times 5 is 5,000. Let me subtract that. And that will give me 3,235 left. So I think, well, I can't go in another 1,000 times. That would be too high. But I could go in maybe 100 times or 200 times or 300 times. Or I'm thinking 600 times. Because I know 5 times 6 is 30. So 600 times 5 would be 3,000. And I subtract those. And now I'm left with 5 into 235. And I'm thinking the closest thing I can come up with is 40. 40 times 5 is 200. And then I'm left with one last step. I know 5 will go into 35 7 times. And now I add this up to get, my final answer. And that's why it's called partial quotient method. I get part quotients that I put together. Okay, the last way I want to show you is what I call the Ready Book version of the partial quotient method. They start off with a box that looks similar to the bottoms up model, but we're going to divide the whole thing, and I did not write this correctly. Let's rewrite it. You're going to divide the whole number by 5, which would go 1,000 times. and you would subtract it here. And that leaves me 3,235 to still divide. Notice I didn't put a set number of boxes because I didn't know how many steps it would take me. So I go ahead and I make another box. And I bring this up. 5 will go into this 600 times, which is 3,000. Subtract. Make another box. Bring 235 up. 5 will go into 235 40 times, 200. And make one last box because 5 will go into 35 7 times. And again, I get partial quotients. I add them up to get my final answer. So that's the 4 methods we've really looked at. We really want to stick with one of these 2 ways as long as we're comfortable with one of them. See you soon.